This episode is being recorded out of Shop Talk Podcast Studios in Oak Park, Michigan. For more information, visit www.shoptalkpod.com.
Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live from Detroit.
Pink suits with hats to match, big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks? This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep the hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on the mind.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man, Jay Johnson, a.k.a. the tinfoil hat titan, a.k.a. the conspiracy realist, a.k.a. the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text him with your green bubbles, a.k.a. only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, because all the hoes say J.U. Ice. Young Caesar, because you know you can't roam without me. Mr. If you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me, a.k.a. if you leave me in the room with lions, Simba's dying. Come back 15 minutes later, I'll have dinner frying. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
What up, though? It's your man Dame Gone Wild, the West Side landlord, the pride of PA, High Chief Dame Don't Fuck Around, the liquor store legend, the corner store conquistador, your mama's favorite dame, Bobby Bage, the one-man brand, the professional fucker upper, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast. You know who they came to see.
Professional fucker upper.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like that.
That's what I do for a living, basically. I just fuck up good things.
Welcome back. Shop Talk Podcast episode
80. This is
79.
80. No, last week was 79.
Last week was 78 because it was the winter storm of 78 called the White Whatever. And because I just listened to the episode yesterday too. And this week is episode 79. 79. Shout out to 1979, the year my brother was born. And my brother just came back, touchdown this week. So welcome back to my brother.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm glad he's able to get out the belly of the beast and touch down and be out here with us.
Yeah, man. He was gone, 42 months, 42 months, a long ass time, man. But
what's the first thing you wanted to do when he touched down?
Go to IHOP and get a Colorado omelet.
All right, take that man to IHOP.
Yeah, so we went down. We went to IHOP and got a Colorado omelet, and took him straight to the PO. Then went to go see the kids and everything, and just hung out with family that first night, and then last night, one of my partners, shout out to Drake Clay, he graduated this week.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Congratulations, Clay.
So we was down at the cigar bar and shit. So bro said he had no cigar in a while. So
hey man,
went down, hung out, had a good time and shit.
Give him a cigar and some yak.
Hell yeah. And my cousin came in town last night, from Cali, shout out to G. And hung out, tried to do something tonight too. Just getting reacclimated, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 42 months is a long time to be away.
Hell yeah, dog. It's a long ass time and shit. And that prison shit ain't no joke.
No,
I don't give a fuck if they got TVs or cable. I don't give a fuck what they got.
It ain't home.
That
it ain't home cooking. It ain't women. It ain't being able to walk to the store. And you know what?
It just ain't safe though.
Nah. No, prison not.
I don't think niggas
It's a bunch of predators in that motherfucker.
Just shit. Just, it was a couple hours for the ride up there and ride back, especially when it was all snowing and shit. But, nigga, just a couple different stories. Nigga, this shit is not safe. It's not safe at all. You know what I'm saying? Niggas think they know what. It's not safe.
Nah.
Don't nobody want to be in that shit.
Hell no. And you're fortunate for your freedom, once it's taken away from you. And, just speaking of things being fortunate about, today we had the opportunity to do our fundraiser along with, we'll give back to the D along with, what's the name of the salon? I can't think of the name of Beautiful Beats.
Yeah, Beautiful Beats.
Jackie Wright and All Things Detroit and some of the other sponsors today.
Unsavory Antics.
Yeah, Unsavory Antics. Shout out to the homie Verge who came out. Verge was out on the streets feeding people. He wasn't able to be in the warmth of the warming center.
Started off in the warming center and then he
was out there in the trenches.
Serving porridge. It really wasn't porridge. It just sounds funnier.
It
sounds funnier for the story.
But you know what, man? It was a heartwarming and even a heartbreaking experience to be there to help. And you're just really thankful for the small things that you have. I mean, we seen brothers in there. It's snowing outside. We seen brothers in there with shorts on dudes in there in flip flops that are literally walking through the snow. So I mean,
you got young, old, sick, healthy, mentally unstable, stable. Like it's a lot of different things that's going on.
People that you would probably pass by on the streets and did not even look like they were in need of help.
Yeah.
But down there getting warm and getting fed. Thank you for Slows Barbecue for coming
Shout
out.
out to Slows, man.
Yeah, because they bought the good food out.
Yeah, and a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We fed everybody and still had food left over.
People
to
had
give
seconds.
Out.
Was able to give out toiletry bags for men and women, and it would water and mac and cheese and green beans and chicken, and they had some good food, and I'm just happy that we was able to brighten up somebody's day, even if it's for today.
Yeah. Everybody need a hot meal and a warm place to stay, and when you look at it, you may complain about the situation that you're in, but you are more blessed than somebody else.
Somebody is praying for your troubles right now.
Yeah.
Like I'll take your troubles. And you give mine.
And when we pulled up, there's the Warming Center probably housed about maybe 150, 200 people. Mm-hmm. There's probably like another at least good 100 to 150 people outside that could not even get in.
Yeah. So we did when we was leaving. There was a lot of other people out there. With hot cocoa and different things, and just giving out food, man, because we should be doing this type of thing every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But around these times, it's extremely cold. It's the holidays. I guess this is whenever it's on people's minds. So whenever it's on your mind, do what you can do to give back, man. Something very, very small and insignificant out your day, just a couple hours.
And I talked to Jackie. She said she's going to be doing another fundraiser for around prime time to help out young ladies. But, just being down in the Warming Center, we see how in need people are of donations. If you have clean clothes, bags that you're not using, gently worn items, shoes, you can take it down. There are 24 hours. You can take it down there and donate and be a blessing to somebody else, not just during the holiday season, but just in general, because people out there are really in need of that help. And
it was before you got there, me and Verge were standing there, and there was a young lady, an older lady. She came by, and like people don't want to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she had mentioned to somebody standing like, I saw you looking at me up and down. And he was like, no, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But she was very, very self-conscious. Like, well, like I'm embarrassed to be here. So we started talking like there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Like today, you know what I'm saying? We're here trying to help you out. And then she started going on about some of the things that was going on in her life. And you can just tell that it was heavy on her, you know what I mean? And later on in the afternoon or in the morning, I guess somebody behind her didn't like how big her bag was, and they was kind of like
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like even while you in there, they finding comfort from the cold and bitterness on the street, but it's still not safe in there. You know what I mean? It's people with attitudes and bullies, and just your situation is could be so messed up now that you're not happy, so you're gonna make someone else unhappy, man. So all the way around, man, we just need to lift them up with supplies, food, prayers, support, anything that we can do.
Definitely. Glad we could help out in our own little way, though, and hopefully we can, look to this will be the first of many philanthropic efforts from Shop Talk Podcast.
Yeah, man. Slows, y'all got my support, man. So go fuck with Slows, because they definitely showed up with a lot of food. And they sat there and they donated. They donated food. The owner of Slows
came out and served.
And they was serving. They ain't just dropped some stuff off and said, hey, y'all do it. Y'all was out there actually serving. So much respect to them. And I'm fucking with them from now on.
Yeah. I saw you eat chicken, and I thought you wasn't fucking with meat.
I'm not.
You look like a carnivore with a meat today, my nigga. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not.
So how was your week, bro?
Man, my week was pretty good, man. All things considered, you know what I'm saying? I got my bro back. A couple of days off. I took a couple of days off. The snow wasn't no joke this week, though.
No, it wasn't.
And I was really reconsidering, like, why did I get a house? Like, there's a lot of fucking snow.
Yeah, it was.
And, yeah.
I don't know if you looked at my snap, but my old dude got this big, heavy-duty ass snowblower.
Yeah.
Which took care of most of that shit. But let me tell you, this bitch is heavy as fuck. And it's self-propelling, but I couldn't get it to start up in the garage. And my old man lived on a corner house.
I live on a corner house.
So I had to drag it from the garage to like the front door to like use the starter fluid and all that shit. And that bitch is like 300 pounds of dead ass weight.
Like when you take in consideration like the both corners, like I'm damn near shoveling half a block. You know what I'm saying? And then how my gate is, you know what I'm saying, to get in the garage, like I got to shovel that whole driveway portion out, and like it's a lot of damn shoveling. And then, you know what I'm saying, I went and looked out, and my pops got a snow blower, but I went over there, helped him with his snow, helped a couple of my friends out with their snow, because, you know, ladies, they can't be out here shoveling the snow, man.
They can't.
So just show up with a shovel.
Because I live next door to a single mother, so, I mean, I knocked out her snow when I went out with the snowblower and got mine.
I would tell fellas this. If you call yourself courting a woman and she out there shoveling her snow, you losing.
What if she got a son, though? Teenage son.
Listen, you need to go help out.
Fair enough.
Like, I mean, that's the least that you can do. I mean, if that's somebody that you trying to actively pursue, like, why would you not shovel the snow? I mean, at some point,
I'm not denying that at all.
Like, at some point, a man should be a man, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's certain
Every
shit.
day,
Yeah.
you should be a fucking man.
So that shit wild. Cause I just seen posts on the internet like niggas out here shoveling bitches snow. I'm like, you a man? Go shovel your neighbor's snow. Not because you're trying to get on, because
Like
that's the right thing to
I
do.
shovel my neighbor's snow because I see her and her young son in the house every day. The boy can't be no older than like 9 or 10, and she got a huge driveway. So I'm out here with a snowblower. It took me 5 minutes
And the
to
guys
knock
on my
off my
street, the
snow.
dude next door, you know, him and his wife stay there or whatever. He shoveled the snow. Like, depending on who get out there first, he'd come all the way through because our mail carrier got to go through there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So whoever out there shoveling first will shovel like the first, 4 or 5 houses on the street, because like the mail carrier got to get, everybody need to get their mail or whatever. So it's not like, no, this is supposed to be a community. We're supposed to help each other out. You know what I'm saying?
I think over time we kind of lost that sense of community. But I mean, I got out there with the
And I don't
snowblower.
even speak to my neighbors, but I'm still gonna shovel. You know what I'm saying? Because it look weird as hell when I hit that
You just
hard
stop.
line, that hard line, and like, yeah, I'm not going no past this. Like, that look kind of bold.
Yeah, and that's the same way it is like on my dad's block. Since he live on the corner, we got that neighbor right there to the left, and it's like, do I stop or do I just keep going?
I feel like an asshole.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm already out here. I got the gloves and the hat on. I might as well take an extra 5-10 minutes out my day and knock that shit out.
Yeah.
And I can be like, people have been nice enough because they know the situation my father's in and my sister lives at home. So I mean, she's not really gonna get out. My sister lives there, so she's not gonna get out there and knock it out. So I mean, and I don't get off for work till later on in the evening. So sometimes I'm just not, I may not get there till 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
So I appreciate my neighbors, being neighborly and just helping out a little bit.
Yeah.
We all got to look out for each other.
Definitely.
We
man.
should at least.
So how was your week, man?
Week was pretty decent. Besides, that snow kind of threw a monkey wrench in my week. I had them kids not having to go to school, and finding somewhere for them to go throughout the day can be
Leave them
a
niggas at
challenge.
home. I mean, leave those children at home.
Yeah, I can for the most part, but my oldest is in 9th grade, and
You don't have to watch kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, during the summer, I just leave them all at home. But he's really studious, and he is worried about like missing a test. And I'm just like, come on, like you got a 3.6, and I get it.
Who's the girl's name at school you want to see?
Kennedy. that's her fucking name. Kennedy is who you want to see.
Like, Dad, you sure they're not going to school today? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll get my
Look,
study partner over here.
I pulled up to the school, and normally when I drop them off at school, it's about 7:15, 7:20. So it's a little crowd of kids outside. I pulled up to the school that day. I could literally count the cars in the parking lot. I'm like, this where you want, and he only had to stay to school till 1:00. So I'm just like, bro, you can go back home, make breakfast, and just chill out. Your mom is gonna come get y'all at like 2:00.
Ain't nobody in the school. That means stairwells is free.
Hey man, look, I had sex inside a cab, so I understand. I'm hoping. No, I don't understand. I don't want my son having sex. Not yet. I don't need. Yeah, no air horn. No air horn. I don't need my baby having sex yet.
Oh man. Hey, it sometimes it happens.
No, I don't want to hear that. I want all my kids to wait till they're married.
You're a liar.
No, that's the truth. I want them all to wait till they're married. Because physically you may be ready, but emotionally you ain't there yet.
Hey man, it's normal.
No, I mean, yeah, it's normal, but
Niggas been popping up babies about 16, 17 since the beginning of the time.
you can't have no baby in my house. If you get pregnant, you got to get the fuck out. Figure it out.
So we're going to have a whole conversation about this at another day. I just think that black people kick their kids out too early.
I'm not looking to kick my kids out, and that's the thing. Like, you can stay there as long as you need to get on your feet.
But I plan this shit
because
out. It's a whole...
because I definitely agree with you that we do, like at 18, like you grown, so now you need to start kicking in $500 a month on bills. That's not the type of parent I plan on being.
I mean, you can stay. You could still help out on
you're gonna help out on something, but I'm not trying to put a dent in your pocket. Like, kick in $150 a month.
Kick out that shit that you use. Since your ass always on the internet, you paying this fucking internet.
Yeah,
bill.
something simple to give you a semblance of what life is like out here. Yeah. But I'm not kicking my kids out as soon as they turn 18. But I will let you know you ain't having no baby in my house and expecting to stay there. Like, that's just not gonna happen.
What's gonna happen?
If you're grown enough to have a family, then you need to be grown enough to stand on your own too.
I mean,
there's condoms in my house, so
biology takes place whether I'm grown or not. A baby could pop out. You're not kicking your kid out with a baby, dog. I just don't believe you. I don't believe you, dog.
I don't want to have to prove to you that that my theory is true.
I just don't believe it.
Nah, man, because if
you love them babies, man.
I do. I love my kids so much.
You just don't want to be a grandfather. That's what it is.
I do want to be a grandfather.
Not right now.
Yeah, like give me 20 years.
Oh, nigga, nigga, you gonna fuck around have 6 years, nigga. You gonna be a grandfather.
Just make it. Just everybody make it at least 21.
Wait a minute. So he in the 9th grade.
Yeah, he 14.
He'd be 2 years at 20. Shit, this nigga popping one out.
Hey man, I need you to go to.
This is light skinned nigga with curly hair.
So this is what I preach to all my kids. That college is not an option. Like, you must go to college. You must do some type of training after high school. Like, it ain't just I'm gonna walk on into the world. Like, I need you to do something because your high school diploma is not gonna be enough to just get you through life without and let you live the life that you want to. I need you to have some type of secondary education and training. I need you to do better. Your mother has a master's degree and is working on her PhD. You see dad. I did some college, but my grade, like in high school, I just didn't get no fuck. So I didn't have the grades to necessarily go to a 4-year university, but I went to Specs Howard. I did community college. Like, I got a little something. And even now I've still decided to continue my education because I want to get my bachelor's degree just for myself, at least at this point. That would be like a personal goal for me. But I've made a decent life without it, but I don't want y'all to have to go through some of the same struggles. And education is the gap. Education is where you close the gap, or what helps you to close the gap. Now, hard work will get you places that, maybe an education won't necessarily get you, but it will help you. Maybe I said that wrong. But anyway it goes, I want my kids to go to college.
I'm just thinking, I mean, I get you.
Yeah.
I do.
I just want them to have a better life than what I had or what I've given them.
I do. I don't know if college is
college isn't always the.
You need to do something after high school.
Yeah, like you're just not going to be working at GameStop.
Go build some value in yourself so that you can be a productive member of society, and someone actually wants to pay you money to do something.
Whether it be a trade school or something, but I need you to do something.
But
don't have no fucking baby in the middle of that shit. Don't make me a grandfather.
See, there we go. That's really what it is.
No, because I can't help you. I can't babysit.
All right, man. Let's talk about some of this shit that went on this week, dog.
There's a lot of bullshit that went on this week. Where are we gonna start at?
I'll tell you this. This was a big story this week, and I did not get involved in it at all. I did not watch it. I saw people talking about it.
The little bitty racist?
The little boy. Well, explain to me what happened, because I don't know.
So his mother put out a viral video. The young man's name is Keaton Jones, that he was being bullied at school. And kids were pouring milk on him, and he said putting ham up his shirt. I didn't know that was a thing, like ham ass shirt.
I'm sorry, I should be laughing.
But ham ass shirt.
They pour milk on him.
Yeah, pour milk on him, putting sandwich meat up his shirt and shit like that. And he broke down and was crying. And the video went viral, and it sparked a lot of interest. You had athletes, inviting him out to watch games.
Some NFL player talking to him or some shit.
Yeah. Who's my man to play Captain America in the Avengers? I don't know. his real name, but he invited him out
Captain
to
America.
Captain America invited him out to the premiere of the new Avengers next year. And someone started, I won't say if his mother or who it was, but someone started a GoFundMe page, and he had racked up almost
58,000 or something.
Yeah, almost 60 racks in terms of donations in like 48 hours. But come to find out, and thanks to Black Twitter for us being nosy as we are, come to find out his mother had posted pictures of them like with Confederate flags. His estranged father is in jail and is supposedly a racist and a member.
So this
and a member of a white supremacist organization.
I just want to be an asshole for just like 2.2 seconds. I find it funny that we are offended by those Confederate flags and that Nazi shit when it's on this little kid's family. But last week we was happy that the black girl was about to marry Prince Harry, but that nigga had on the Nazi shit.
Had on a swastika.
Like, nigga, nobody care about that shit. But now this week we care about it again. It's important. I just thought I'd point that out there because you niggas is hypocritical as fuck.
Fair enough. Fair
Anyway,
enough.
Continue, brother.
So, come to find out that it may have been, some bullshit in the water. His mother came out, I forget, on one of those morning shows and saying, like, we're not racist. People that know us know. Yeah, we took a picture of the flag.
We got 4 black friends or some shit.
Yeah, some shit. Yeah, shit like that.
I did hear somebody say something like, she said that was a joke. It was supposed to be funny.
To who?
I don't know.
I mean... Did your 4 black friends find it funny?
Right.
I don't find that shit funny at all. And
also, I want to be an asshole again.
Go ahead.
2 seconds.
You don't have to ask permission to be an
No,
asshole.
I'm just saying. I do also find it funny that if she did put that memorabilia up there and said she thought it was going to be a joke. Remember a couple weeks ago when in the video game it had like the Nazis were hanging people and they was like, this is a part of history. People online, like, this is part of history. Get over it. Well, y'all niggas should get over this shit too. If y'all want to keep it, if y'all want to keep that same energy, if it was just, it's a part of history, I don't care why niggas mad, they shouldn't be mad at her either.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
I don't
just a
believe shit I see on the internet.
Yeah.
Only because I know all of it is fake and phony and filtered with his own bullshit. So I don't care.
I just seen this little kid crying. I'm like, oh, what? Like, I didn't want to get involved, man.
I mean, either way that you put it, being bullied is wrong. But are you being bullied because of your antics from what your family is teaching?
Was he saying like
we don't know? Nobody's come out
because I got the feeling that he was on some racist shit, and they was like, it's not his fault. His parents taught him this. I'm like, what did he say in this video? Like,
yeah, he didn't say nothing racial in the video, but I'm wondering if he going to school and calling the black kids niggas, and that's why they pouring milk on them and throwing ham up your shirt.
He go to a black school?
I don't know. From his accent, you could tell they're somewhere in the South. So, who knows?
I just thought
I don't want you to be bullied because
why was this such a big story this week though?
Because bullying is wrong, bro. I mean, have you ever been bullied?
I'm sure niggas into crack jokes on me. Shit like anybody like
somebody cracking jokes and somebody like bullying you consistently.
No one
every day.
Anybody physically putting their hands on me like nigga. No, that shit is not.
Like
going
give me
down.
your lunch money.
Not
never.
100% not going down.
But on the flip side of this, there was a young lady, a young girl, I think 9 or 10-year-old girl that hung herself from being bullied at school.
That shit bothered me.
It bothers me a lot too because it didn't get the same type of.
What bothered me is how do you know to do that?
Kids watch movies. They they have access to more information than what we used to.
That shit. Like, what would give a 10-year-old like? How is that an option that comes into logically thinking like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do? Like, that shit baffled me, and it shouldn't baffle me because we have the internet and phones and all this shit. But like, I thought to myself, like, how does a child know to do that? Like, because that is a learned behavior. No one just comes into it like. I don't want to be here, so I'm like, that's a learned behavior. Somebody, you saw that somewhere and you thought that was maybe a viable option for you after you saw it, but I think that's a learned behavior.
What troubles me is that maybe sometimes we turn a blind eye to people's cries for help. I can say very personally, and I won't give the situation away, but I had somebody very close to me just very recently attempt suicide. And, looking back on it, maybe there were some signs that I should have seen, but I'll be perfectly honest. I haven't been the the most open person, and even I'm not as close to family members as I should be. So maybe I wasn't around to hear those signs, but when people have those cries for help, we can't dismiss it as that, this is kids, or maybe they're going through something, or maybe they're really crying out and they need your help. So I would just encourage people just to be open and cognizant and aware of what's going on around you, other than just in your tunnel vision of the world, that somebody else may need real help and may be crying out for help, regardless if he's a racist, if his family is racist or not. Bullying is wrong. Shit is just wrong. So,
Yeah, man. And I think when you do see a cry for help, or something that can be perceived as a cry for help,
you got to listen.
Sometimes you got to come out of your own comfort zone, because everybody is not the person that will have a deep or introspective conversation, but you may be that person last opportunity to have that conversation
Definitely.
with. So it may be something that you're uncomfortable with saying, but I would rather have an uncomfortable conversation than no conversation at all.
Yeah.
You do need to be that resource for people.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate all the way around. I don't think his family's going to get the money.
This bullying thing. So when is it bullying, and when is it like this? I hate saying this shit, but like kids being kids, like niggas crack jokes on me when I was a kid. Like, you crack back. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes,
but not everybody is equipped with that. You know what I'm saying? Not all kids are quick witted or have that type of thick skin. I believe
some days you on, sometimes it's not your day. Like, damn, y'all got me. You know what I'm saying?
But not everybody is built to fight back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Some of us just don't have that in us.
So when the bullying comes, I want to know, when does it quote unquote bullying? So this one particular day, niggas cracked on you, boom. You go home, I'm being bullied, or is it that once I notice that I'm cracking on you every day for like a week straight, and you don't got nothing, like, somebody gonna get these jokes off. Like, the joke is gonna get off. When does it become bullying? Like, how many times does it happen consistently before we're like, all right, this is somebody who is pointing me out, and not just everybody got their day?
I don't know what point it becomes bullying. I don't have an answer for that. But being, a parent, if my child was to come home like consistently, and I can tell the difference in my child, that they're distraught, that something's not right with them, then I need to address it as bullying.
This is what you should do. This are two things I said. Jay Johnson's 2 rules. Rule number 1, if you got an ugly kid.
Wow,
yes,
Jay.
If I ever had an ugly son, this nigga is going to be geared the fuck up. And he's getting a haircut twice a week. He is going to be so fly that when people call him ugly, he's going to say, bitch, look at my shoes. Like,
is that the cure to bullying?
Listen, you are going to shame these people and to make them feel poor and less than you, because they already making you feel less than. That's number 1. Like, if they cracking on you, you got to come back.
Do you know how
something.
expensive it is to clothe a child? Clearly you don't.
How much is no cost that I will not pay for my son's self-esteem?
You are setting little Jason Johnson up for failure.
Well, let's be real. The Johnson jeans are good, okay? And every young lady that I spend some quality time with have good jeans as well.
Okay.
Because I've been in those jeans. You know what I'm saying? So if I've been in those jeans, God damn it. But that's never going to happen. But if that was the case, this nigga's going to be geared to fuck up. Because as soon as they come with an ugly joke, I'm going to come with a broke joke. Well, my ugly ass got this new watch. Boom, that's your...
They're going to be beating your child up and taking the shoes off of them.
Number 2, you going to be fighting your ass off. We're going to MMA and Krav Maga. As soon as this nigga say something, you put this nigga in the Vulcan death grip and say it one more time.
You're going to spend so much time up at school, bro. You're going to spend so much time up at this kid's school.
Ain't that nigga with the pow? Ain't that nigga with the fake pow? Stay in your place.
You don't know what it's like to get that call from school and you have to go up there. Like, you're going to spend
But listen, this is what's going to happen. Because I got the call with my nephew and shit. Oh, man. So my nephew got into a fight right before he graduated and shit. And my brother came out. I got to show him the video because it's the video age. I got to show the nigga the video. But I'm going to go up there. looking all concerned and shit, but inside, smiling like a motherfucker, happy as hell. You handle your business. Sometimes you got to handle your business.
Look, man, my youngest son, the school age, is a fighter. He fights a lot. And I'm talking about, this is something that's been known about him. This is his third school. So this is something that follows him from every school. Yeah,
send him a machete. He'll get him right.
Oh no, we going up to Brother Machete during the break.
And you know what I'm saying, and the
but
whole
all I'm just
Muslim discipline too.
All I'm just saying is that you don't want to be that. Look, I had a teacher call me about school get out at 3:30. I had a teacher call me at 2:15 talking about you need to come up here and get him. He been fighting all day. I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, literally, it's gonna take me like a half hour to get there. Like school would just be out. Can I just come get him at the end? We have a cut. And she's like, no, you need to come get him now.
Because he plans on beating up a kid at 3:00.
I got up there. My son is sitting in the office. He has blood on his shirt. The little boy that he was fighting is like 2 chairs down with broken glasses and blood on him. I asked my son, I said, man, what happened? He said, Dad, I hit him and I saw black. That's all I could.
So let me ask you a question. How many kids at that school pick on your son?
0 because they know he throw them hands.
Well, then my plan works.
And they don't pick on his, because I always joke that I call my middle 2 kids the twins because they are literally like 18 months apart. So they're only like a year apart in school because my daughter got like a December birthday. And I always joke that she the brains and he the muscle. I've seen her tell other kids, like when she tells you, you don't want me to go get my brother, like she absolutely means that shit because he gonna come and he gonna fight.
So, you know what I'm saying? My brother was the enforcer in the family with my 2 of my female cousins. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably beat up all their boyfriends at one point. It is what it is. We was a fighting family, though. So it wasn't about to be no bullying shit going on. We fighting.
That's fair. I might say that my youngest son has some bully in him because there's some funny shit.
I don't agree with the bullying. Like you're not about to be no bully. You know what I'm saying? We on defense. We not on offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. But I heard my youngest son and my oldest, they share a room together. So my oldest 14, my youngest son is 10. And I don't know what they was arguing about, but my room is downstairs and the kids' rooms are upstairs. I'm at the steps and I can hear my younger son tell my older, he said, you don't want no smoke. Now, I got to go upstairs and break that shit up, but I'm downstairs. And I had to pull my oldest to the side. I said, look, man.
You might not want no smoke.
Your brother's starting to get a little size to him, and he just warned you. I don't know what it is, but you need to assert yourself as the oldest.
You know, the little brother, he don't want to be the little brother.
He don't. But
so when me and my brother used to fight,
but you can't have your brother talking to you like that.
He was always the strongest and shit. So all I had was one move, was his headlock. And once I get that headlock on, it's not going nowhere. Like we would sit there on the floor for an hour. Like I'm not. If I let this shit go, it's a wrap for me. And I was super skinny and shit. Like dog, this all I got.
So you'd hold the headlock until what? Somebody came home,
nigga. Until an adult got here. Shit. So somebody got here to break it up, where I can find me an escape route.
Oh
shit.
Man, that's funny.
All I got. That's all I had in my weapon bag and shit at the time.
That's funny. What else this week? Sexual assault is making a comeback this week. Russell Simmons.
Hey, man.
Been accused of forcible rape by 3 young women thus far.
Forcible rape. He got like 14 allegations now, though. Like 10 more came this week. One said, no, fuck all the talking. Nigga forcibly raped me. Jesus fucking Christ.
First of all, I have absolutely no jokes for that because there's like absolutely nothing funny about that shit.
We giving him listen.
Are we really giving Russell a pass? Because I said here on this podcast maybe about 2 episodes ago, Russell has always had a history of young girls. And
what I'm saying
isn't that at least statutory rape?
I just feel that our community has given him more of a pass than we gave Bill Cosby.
I give you that.
You know what I mean? Like we
because Russell is like one of the godfathers of hip hop. He's revered.
When Russell came in, it was like, well, let's wait till we hear some more information. Like we didn't say let's wait till we hear some more information on Roy Moore.
No,
we was like, fuck that nigga. He fucking kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know Russell fuck with kids.
Oh yeah,
the kid is the children. You know what I'm saying?
Not an adult. Shit.
Not an adult.
16, 17-year-olds ain't an adult.
Like, I think he getting a pass, and I don't. Now, these are just allegations.
Is he getting a pass now, though? Now that it's out there? Are we still giving...
I mean, we talked about it for this is our first time being able to talk about it, but it's not out there like Bill Cosby. It was memes everywhere with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Like, it was on all the...
But I think Bill Cosby also took a different approach. He was much more defiant with it. Russell kind of backed out of the spotlight. He stepped down from being chairman of his businesses.
I'm still making all the money. I'm just not...
Yeah, I'm just not the face of shit right now. But I mean, sometimes that can maybe it's made a difference in the narrative. I'm not saying it makes it right.
He did say that he ain't raped nobody, ever. That's what he did say. Before, when all the allegations came out, he was like, well, our accounts of his shit are a little bit different, but I'm stepping down.
Now, what Russell did that I felt was like an ass bag move, the hashtag Me Too. Yeah. He's created his own hashtag of not me. And
hey, listen. So
sell me on it.
As allegations go, if someone ever in life accused me of rape, I am not taking that passive aggressive, no comment shit. I'm saying, hell, fuck no, I ain't do that shit. Because I would never do the shit. I'm not taking that quiet route or not speaking with. I know it's probably against my best judgment. Press conference. Hey, hell, fuck no, I didn't do that shit. I'm going to offensive.
You are going to make your PR person rich because you are going the wrong way about that shit.
Now
is not the time to be the aggressor.
But I'm saying we see how this shit happen. Somebody get accused, they never say something. No, you need to deny this shit. I mean, I'm not going to say it as in, so I'm being a little bit facetious when I'm saying hell no, but like, no, I'm denying that shit strong.
Somebody recently denied, I think it was Nelly that denied that he had done any
Tavis
wrongdoing.
Smiley.
And then Nelly was just recently cleared of his rape allegations.
They got Tavis. He came out like, no, nigga, I ain't do this shit. He made a statement. He put a video response out like, hey, they let me go, but no, this is not popping. I'm telling you, like, for an example, Bill Cosby, nigga, you should be out here saying, nigga, I didn't do this shit. He ain't never said he didn't do it.
Bill close to death. You just need to be
At this point, like, no, fam. I wish 70 people would come out here and say I did some shit. Nigga, what? No, I didn't. When you can't say I didn't do it, why can't I say I didn't do it? If I didn't do it, what could you prove? If I'm telling the truth, me saying I didn't do it shouldn't change nothing. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know what's the right way you handle this type of case. I pray to God that I never have to find out.
Like R. Kelly talking about he ain't never seen a tape. Nigga,
say swear. Say swear.
Nigga say they got me on tape doing something. I'm like, nigga, let me see this shit immediately because I want to see if this nigga really look like me.
R. Kelly said he's never seen the tape?
Never seen the tape.
Okay, motherfucker.
Like, this nigga...
If you... I know R. Kelly has some issues allegedly with being able to read and write, but I'm sure there's someone in your sex cult that can Google R. Kelly sex tape and show it to you.
Did you? I don't know if you heard this shit. I came across the information this week. See, R. Kelly was molested as a child.
I haven't heard that before, but I mean,
if I'm not mistaken, it was either aunt or uncle. It wasn't like a
family member.
It was a family member. And I'm like, dog, that explains a lot.
It does help to explain some of the things.
It don't give you a pass.
No, not at all. A lot. Not at all. But it does help. Who else was accused of sexual?
Form of bullying?
You got me on that one. I don't know if you would classify that as bullying.
Form. Like when you
that's a stretch. You're reaching. Get a step ladder.
When you got you got this adult male figure or whoever figure, and you
manipulation, bullying. I don't know. I don't know if bullying is the word I want to use for that. I don't know.
I think you can be bullied. An adult can bully a child into doing whatever you want.
Oh, of course, they can certainly coerce a child into
and then threaten them with different shit. Like, I think it's not what's going on in the classroom and shit, but.
Yeah, I don't know if bullying is a word I want to use. Who else? Ike Taylor, Marshall Faulk. They all work on ESPN and the NFL Network. Ike Taylor used to be a defensive back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Marshall Faulk, part of the Greatest Show on Turf.
What is this, though? Like, they saying, like...
Sexual assault allegations.
Assault? Or, like...
Sexual misconduct.
Or, like, they said some shit that was inappropriate.
Pictures... comments.
Like, I can see that
Warren Sapp was accused of buying a young lady a sex toy for Christmas 3 years in a row. 3 years. This is 3 years in a row.
Dog, it got to be tough being a woman, dog. It really do.
Couldn't imagine.
What do you like? And you in corporate America in a male dominated
not
industry?
even in corporate America. Like just on some regular shit. I've been out with beautiful women who are just platonic friends. There's no action, no extra going on. And listening and seeing some of the shit that men say to them, man. Like when they think I'm not around or they think I'm not listening.
Unsolicited pics and
shit is disgusting. Shit is disgusting, yo. So I couldn't imagine walking around as a woman every day. Man. Because I think it was Chris Rock that said it, but like literally from the time that a woman starts to develop, which can be, as young as like
12 or some shit.
Younger than that, men are trying to fuck you. Plain and simple.
That's horrible.
It is. And as a father of daughters, that's the type of shit that keeps me up at night.
And as a father of sons, you got to keep them niggas away from other people's children.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. I had the same talks with my son.
Put that little red thing away. You know what I mean?
No. Keep your penis to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Yeah. No. Remember when we used to, I don't know if you remember, but like you may have had an older homie, cousin, brother. No don't really mean no. They tell you some shit like that.
No, not my family.
Okay, well, I've heard it before.
It's the Bradley house.
Nah. Ain't nothing but consensual going on around here. Anybody that's seen my penis is because they asked to see it.
Whoa, relax, fam.
It's because they asked to see it. That's the only time I'm showing this motherfucker.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I don't want to hear about that, fam.
I mean,
anyway.
All I'm just saying is that sexual allegations being made against these gentlemen as well.
It's a wrap for you afterwards. Once the allegation up, like nigga, they looking at you at the side no matter what.
Yeah, nobody comes back from that successfully.
Mm-mm. Who has?
I can't name anybody that's been accused of some type of illicit sexual behavior that's come back successfully.
R. Kelly? This is I don't understand
because I think we give R. Kelly the same shit that we're giving Russell Simmons. He's so revered because of his music that sometimes we turn. Music. No, but look how many artists and careers Russell has made though. That sometimes we turn a blind eye to that shit. But R. Kelly been a pervert for years. He wrote the whole Age Ain't Nothing But a Number album. That album is about a relationship with an older person. Man, R. Kelly was fucking the lid.
I don't fuck with R. Kelly, dog. I can't even listen to the old music.
His concert's still getting sold out.
Here.
Yeah.
It's probably, I think it's one here this month.
I think him and Charlie Wilson are coming together.
Like, I don't understand why y'all niggas still support it. I just don't understand it.
Remember the Boondocks episode? People fucking love R. Kelly. R. Kelly need help.
I don't understand it, dog. And then, anyway. And then when something happened, niggas be like, no, he's a racist, blah, blah, blah. But he a rapist. Which one is better? I'd rather have the racist living next door to me than a rapist.
Yeah, because at least I know how you feel if you're racist. Right. Plain and simple. We don't have to fuck with each other.
Speaking of racists and rapists, Roy Moore lost this week in Alabama.
Hey, man, that's because black female voters came out and saved the election in Alabama. Plain and simple. If you want something done right, give it to a black woman to do it with. We say it all the time, the black woman is God. I mean, she fixes everything.
I will say this: there was 3 males that was at the Give Back to the D today, and 2 of them was us.
Yeah.
And shout out to Verge.
Yes, for real.
And everybody else was black.
We made a plea to get more black men out, and we were unsuccessful, I guess. Yeah. But
so this is awesome.
It was put together by black women.
Why was this Alabama shit a story this week? I'm about to be the contrarian just right now.
Go ahead.
I mean, one, I don't give a fuck about Alabama. I really don't. This Roy Moore guy, we knew he was fucking with kids like weeks ago, right?
Right.
He lost to this guy, Doug Jones. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck I never heard of Doug Jones until he won?
I don't know.
Like, if we knew this guy was running against him, why nobody ever said his name? Y'all say don't fuck with Roy Moore, but who are we supposed to vote for? And like, I saw a bunch of posts like, this is a win for black women. This is a win for black people. This is a win for justice. This is a win for America. y'all niggas be getting out of control with this little menial shit that don't mean nothing in real life, dog. The world ain't a better place. Like the people in control are still in control. You know what I'm saying? Not to be like a downer, but like.
And let's be honest. Also, Doug Jones didn't win by a landslide. He won by a very small margin of the population that came out and voted that
Also,
day.
I just don't like all the facts that the quote unquote facts that people been running with. What they actually showed was exit polls. So when you run up to somebody and ask them a question about who you voted for, they showed that 98% of the women went out and voted for blah, blah, blah. And it was like 92% of the black men voted for such and such and such and such. Like, that was just the 60 or 70 people that they random to. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to the black women who did show up because y'all did show up. But shout out to everybody who showed up as well. And, like, we just got to, I don't know why this shit was a big story this week.
One thing that they didn't cover down in Alabama that I saw being covered on certain news outlets is that the police or the state troopers in Alabama have a history of going to polls and asking people for identification to see if they have open warrants, which essentially discourages a certain segment of the population from coming out and voting.
So,
Because let me tell you something, DPD come out to the polls and they looking for niggas with warrants. Guess who's not coming to vote? This nigga right here.
So there's a thing about people asking for IDs and shit like that and voting. I think you should have your ID.
Yeah, there's a difference between the poll workers asking you for ID and the police asking you for ID. Because anytime a police officer has ever asked me for identification, the next thing, hey, Mr. Bradley, can you step out of the vehicle?
Yeah. But, like, there's a big thing where, like, people don't think you should be able to ask people for IDs and shit. Like, that's a thing. And
You
I'm
got to
like,
be able to verify who the fuck you are.
Like, y'all could be sending anybody in this motherfucker.
Yeah, you could sway the election that way.
Yeah, so I don't know about that. So
I'm
but
fine with
not the police part.
Yeah, I'm fine with giving ID. I'm not fine with the police coming out and just randomly asking people for ID because who's going to stand out? I'm 6'1", 240, full of tattoos, and I'm standing in line ready to vote. Guess who they fucking with? Me. Plain and simple. Or people that look like me. Black and brown people.
Well, I mean, if you follow the laws in this country, if you are not suspected of committing a crime, you don't have to identify yourself. So it's really just a request. Unless you think I'm actively doing a crime or you have reasonable suspicion that I've actually committed a crime, you can ask me all you want.
You fit the description.
Okay. The description.
Where's your ID, son?
The description of what?
A suspect.
Well, who is not actively doing a crime right now? Because I'm standing here.
That doesn't mean that you want.
You
You ain't been arrested enough. I can tell. I can tell how you talking. You ain't been arrested enough.
Well, once you get arrested, once you go to court and know the actual law, it's not going to stop the actual thing right there. But once you get arrested and you know the actual law, arrest, it don't mean shit. The next time you do it to me twice, now it's harassment and now I got a lawsuit on my hands. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I would suggest people brief up with the law.
Okay, well, that don't stop me when I be on the side of the road.
Yeah, it'll stop you when you get to court, though. You're going to go to jail.
Yeah, that's the whole part I'm trying to avoid. I want to enjoy my Saturday. I don't want to go to jail.
I ain't giving them my rights. I don't care.
Okay. What else? So Disney officially purchased Fox Entertainment, and Disney paid $52.4 billion. This is with a B.
Yeah. Apple also bought Shazam this week.
And what else happened this week? We lost net neutrality.
Duh, this is big.
So if you think all of this shit doesn't somehow intertwine with one another, you are a fool. Plain and simple. You're a fool.
So if you don't know what net neutrality is, let me try to explain it. Right now, it's a free marketplace. Nothing has priority, allegedly, over anything else.
Right.
With net neutrality, if I am, say I'm Comcast and I have an internet service, I can charge Netflix more money so their speed on the internet is faster than Hulu, so to speak. So you as a customer, you are not getting the same speed on one service and you get another one. Or when net neutrality, say you want to look up the Democratic National Convention and all Donald Trump shit come up. Because now that I control the internet and there's no free, if it's not a free market, anything that you type in the internet is bought and purchased for. Like, it's not a safe place. I'm not just saying it's a safe place now, but like the integrity of the internet is gone.
It's been completely compromised.
And I knew it was gonna happen like 10 years ago when they was talking about this shit, but like, because that's just tinfoil hat conspiracy theory.
Right.
But how did this shit happen, dog? I mean, I know how it happens.
Because Republicans are
Lobbyists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how lobbyists, it's an actual job that you can get to pay people to vote a different way.
You pay to influence them.
Yeah, you pay this person money and he goes and influence people. Like, it's fucking.
That sounds like the best sales job ever.
Or that sounds like the nigga in the neighborhood that come through and say, "Oh, you need protection. I'm going to help you out. This is what you're going to do, so your investment will be protected. Protected from you? Who? Me? If you don't pay me this fucking money, like I just don't get it, dog.
I don't get it neither. It's going to turn the internet into something that we've never seen before, unfortunately. And they said this could start taking place within the next few weeks. So Google could essentially charge you per search.
Yeah,
so every time you want to type it, you want to find out something free, $2.
Yeah.
Enter your credit card information.
Google knows you more than you know yourself.
Yeah, it does. But I have a friend of mine that works for Google, and that's the whole. She had explained this to me like 3 years ago. That say if you are taking a plane trip, so more than likely you're using an app on your phone to book your flight. So let's say you use Expedia. Google is already connected to your phone because you've searched something. So, they know your email address is connected to your Google information, your Gmail. So now Google knows that you're taking a flight. So what they will now do is suggest things for you to do when you land in Houston. These are the restaurants near your hotel. You're staying at the Hilton on 245 Elm Street. Papado's is 5 miles north. So, I mean, Google it's supposed to help integrate and make your life easier. But they know more, like you said, they know more about you than you do. They know what music that you're listening to all the time because of your phone. Right. They know where you're going, the things that you're purchasing. How many times do you purchase something through Amazon Prime or eBay or Groupon? They know your purchasing habits. Yeah. Isn't your bank information connected to your phone? They know how much money you got to spend. Google knows everything about you. They know what you're searching. They know what type of porn you like. It's like when you if you got Instagram and you like a model's picture on the favorite page, you know what's going to come up next time you go to the favorite page? That all look the same.
But think about this though, because that's that machine learning. How does Instagram know that in this picture it's a woman with her tits hanging out? You know what I'm saying? We think about that. Like, so you like a bunch of tits, ass pictures and shit, right? And you go to your Explorer page and that's all you see. How does the app know what's in that picture?
They know what you like. I don't.
You know what I'm saying? I get, but how does it know that in this picture? Like, did the machine look at it like, yeah, that's an ass and titties?
It's an algorithm for titties.
It must
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
It must be.
They know what you like.
How? Remember we did the brazier shit
yeah.
in the phone?
Yeah, we did.
The machine, no, we keep building machines
that are smarter than us.
No, we built the machine that did, you seen the one that did the backflip?
Yeah.
Come on, fam. We got the machine sex workers and shit. They moving their body and shit like, dog, we seen this movie a lot. It don't end well for us.
I've seen iRobot.
We seen iRobot. We seen Terminator. We seen dog, this shit Terminator been out for 35 years, dog. Shit came out like in 82, 80 something. We know how this movie ends.
It's not going to end well.
All right, man. This is the big question I wanted to talk about, dog. It's some shit Omarosa said after she got snatched out the White House.
Well, let's talk about that first, because she says that she resigned. Reports are saying that she was forcibly removed from the White House grounds.
That sounds like some shit Donald Trump would do. Kick her out. Forcibly, like whether she was kicking or screaming, because I just can't see somebody kicking and screaming, but I can see.
You don't think they can escort you out a back way of the White House, whether you kicking or screaming or not?
Yeah, that's what I think happened. I think they try to make it seem like, I didn't want to leave. That's why you did. No, I think that, being an asshole.
Get her out.
Y'all said, get this NB out of here.
Now, you ever been fired?
I got fired on my 89th day.
Okay.
Remember that story time.
Yeah. Did you ever, I got fired. Can I share a story time with Dame that probably fits into this very well? I got fired once from my job. Really good job that I had at the time. I think I may have shared this story with you, but I got fired from a job, and I'm sitting there doing my work. Next thing I know, I had my own office at the time. Next thing I know, I'm looking at my caller ID from my phone. I'm getting a call down from HR, so I knew what time it was. Because this day, allegedly, they had fired like over 400 people from the company that we worked at. So I get the call down from HR. I go down there. They gave me my little spiel, gave me a severance package, and they asked for the key to my office and my badge, and they were going to fire me that day. So as
What badge?
so as my boss at the time was walking me out of the office, my first thought, because you remember my boss,
Yes. The older alternative lifestyle.
yeah, older alternative lifestyle gentleman. My first thought was that I'm finna drag this motherfucker down this goddamn office, because all I had on me, like literally all I wore to work that day was just the clothes I had on and a coat.
It wasn't his fault though.
No, but that was the first motherfucker I could.
He's a cool guy.
He was, and that's probably what's like, because I didn't have no box in my hand because I always pack light. Because I had moved my office like 5 times in 2 years, so I stopped packing shit. So my first thought was like, I'm gonna put this coat on and I'm gonna drag this motherfucker up and down this office.
It's a hate crime, fam. You'd be in prison right now. Even if you didn't mean it that way, it's a hate crime.
But I didn't. I left very respectfully. So I can understand how when you get fired, it brings out like a rash of emotions in you that you may not be. Until you get fired, you don't know how you're going to deal with that shit. And I got fired, like, I remember that shit. It was on December 4th. So it was right before Christmas.
On Jay-Z's birthday.
Yeah, and I was depending on them 2 Christmas checks to get my kids Christmas shit. It ended up being a blessing in disguise because I ended up being rehired in a different job, but I really didn't lose that much financially. And then also, I was able to get a paid month off from work, so I was able to still buy Christmas shit and spend a lot of time with my baby. So it ended up working out for my good. But I can understand like how being fired will cause you to make some irrational decisions. So she might have tried to storm through the White House to talk to. Allegedly, she was trying to storm in the residence.
I'm about to speak to the president.
Yeah. No, you're not.
You're fired. He did the little hint. You're fired.
By phone. You know what I'm saying? He calls somebody. It's like, hey,
text from the White
Omarosa there. Tell her to get her shit and get out.
Tell her I ain't never coming home. So after that was over, she did some interviews on television. And I saw
she was right. She was on Good Morning America with Michael Strahan the next day.
Yeah. So she made a comment, and she said that because she being dragged for even being supportive of him or whatever.
Of course.
She said he a good man and all the other bullshit. And she said that he's not racist, but he's very racial. So a lot of the comments and the things that he says are racially charged, but they are not racist. Which got me to thinking. I have never heard this racial versus racist. And I was like, well, let's have a discussion about it. Because Donald Trump notwithstanding, I do think things can be racial and not racist.
Explain that to me, because I don't. What's the difference between, in your opinion, between racial and racist?
If I talk about the disparagement of funds and resources to the net income for white families in this country versus black families in this country, that's a racial conversation, and I can prove that it's because of systematic racism or whatever. I can prove that there is a disparity. So my thoughts and opinions or whatever are definitely race-based, and it's a racially charged conversation, but that doesn't mean that I think because I'm black, I'm better than you, or because you're white, you're better. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't think one of us is better, but I want to state the facts that this is based upon race. Okay. So in those particular situations, I think that, and on this podcast, we definitely have racial conversations all the time, right?
Yeah.
But they're not coming from a place of hate where I think because we're black, we're better than white people, or because white people are better. You know what I'm saying?
You think people of color, though, can be racist?
Absolutely. So I think people of color can be prejudiced.
Okay.
people get into the conversation of racism being a systematic whatever, and saying that we don't have any power in the system. I think that's a defeated mind state, because they tell me I don't have a problem. But listen, we got our own platform. So if somebody wanted to come on here and we deny them that because of the color of their skin, that's racism.
Yeah.
Because we are denying somebody opportunity systematically. So yes, black people can be racist, but in the grand scheme of things, I think we be trying to look at being prejudiced, and everybody have different prejudices because you human.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
What do you think? What do you think about the racial versus racist?
I think when it comes to Trump, that motherfucker is just
racist.
racist. Like, I don't think there's no gray area. I don't think he borderline one way. I just think he's just 100% plain
Trump.
racist.
He was just the catalyst for this conversation. So Black Lives Matter, racial or racist?
I think it depends on what side of the fence that you're standing on. If you are with Black Lives Matter, if you support the movement, I believe it's racial. If you are against what Black Lives Matter stands for, you could look at Black Lives Matter as being something that is racist.
I got you. And I think it's definitely racial, because what we're saying, how it initially started was Black lives shouldn't matter in the court system and to the police department and judicial system when we are killed by police officers, white police officers. Our lives should matter as much as the white lives that are killed.
Right.
Because it's a disparity as far as the racial, the judicial system. Like, that's what it meant. Now, people jumped out the window and like, well, why don't Black lives matter? Fam, we're talking to something very specific. And when you look at the numbers, there is a large disparity as far as convictions are concerned when unarmed black men are killed versus any other
race.
So that was definitely racial. I don't think it was meant to say that only Black lives matter. It was saying our lives matter too, as well as addition to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I believe that started as something racial, and then racist attacked it and took it to a whole different bar.
Because you could argue that all lives matter could be seen as something that's racist.
Yeah, because it was in, like, you protesting my protest. That's what Jordan Lucas said in the did you see the I'm Not Racist video?
Yeah.
He got
I think that video is very problematic.
On what? Why you say that?
I mean, the video itself is creative, but the initial verse from the racist and then the rebuttal verse, I think could be seen that as problematic, for the reason being that he's almost, the second verse, the rebuttal, he's almost defending his actions for what the racist said, that we act this way because of this. These are your opinions, but this is why we act this way, which I think can be a problematic discussion.
I think it was a good discussion, because the white dude, first off, a lot of white folks just don't know what's going on. They don't have a lot of interaction with black people outside.
Not at all.
Like, that you can have a real conversation with. You know what I mean? I was in
not the work whitewash kind of conversation.
I was at work on a business trip, and we was out of town, was at the hotel, and we was sitting back drinking and whatever, and we was down at Gettysburg, you know what I'm saying? And that whole thing was a racially charged situation. And some of the guy was like, looked like, so, like, not to be fun, like, what do you think about all this? You know what I'm saying? Because this is like the elephant in the room is like, this was all based on quote unquote fighting for slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when that opened up a dialogue and I started having a conversation, then another young lady, well, not even a young lady, another older woman started asking different questions, and you can genuinely see that I don't come in contact with enough people where I can actually ask these questions, right? So I may have a certain view and opinion because I'm ignorant. Not ignorant as far as like in a bad word, like I just don't know. So if I have these different views and opinions, dude say, listen, you wear your pants this way, you need this, you guys don't have jobs, and you own this, da-da-da-da. Sometimes you don't even understand the benefit that you're getting from white supremacy or whatever. So I have all these different thoughts and opinions, and I express those to you, and then you be like, hey, did you know that the reason that I can't get a job is because you won't hire me and you boom, boom, boom? So while he was rapping, if you take a look at the white dude's face, he was like, oh shit. Like he was making face, but like, oh wow, I didn't know that. And he put his head down in shame at one point, like damn nigga, you got a point. You know what I'm saying? As far as this, I thought it was dope. As far as the dialogue,
I think it's a creative concept, but
because essentially,
I just don't think it's realistic.
Essentially, I think it's more realistic than so. What most people when they watched the video was like, no, I wanted the black guy to win. I wanted the black guy to say all this evil stuff. I mean, say all the stuff, and the white guy to feel bad and like. Boom, we show him there's no end. There's like, what is that? There's no conversation. There's no kind of way to move forward. This person doesn't feel that he knows anything about you. He just feel like we told him off. Absolutely. You won the capping contest or whatever, but like what kind of thing, what does it resolve? Like at the end of the day, we need to both understand each other so we can move forward. Not move forward and like forget. But like you need to know what's going on, why we feel this way, so we can actually address these issues. Because if you don't believe that there is an actual issue, we can never fix it. And you don't know that there's an issue because we haven't invested enough time to have a conversation with somebody. Like it's a bunch of police officers who go into this neighborhood and don't know why it's like that. All I know is this is a horrible neighborhood. And they robbing, they shooting. All I care about is getting these N-words off the street. And you looking at this shit like, I put it in a better way. I'm over in Iraq. We got U.S. military troops over there. Both of y'all think y'all right. You know what I'm saying? The troops over there thinking that y'all guys is bad, and we coming over here to fix y'all. And you living in this neighborhood your whole life. Now you got a tank riding through your street. Like, no, there needs to be a conversation at some point because both of y'all think y'all right, and both of y'all gonna always keep attacking each other. So one side can bash the other, say you did this, you this, you feel bad, but like nothing's
get resolved.
Yeah. So I didn't even think the second verse was that nice. Like,
I thought the song and the concept itself was creative, but I don't think it doesn't help to resolve anything.
I think damn, I hate when this shit happens, but I do think it starts a conversation. I hate that fucking. Because we've been having different conversations.
We've been having conversations for the past.
We've been talking. We black folks have been having conversations.
We've been having enough conversations.
But the conversation, white folks don't feel comfortable enough to actually ask the questions that they really want to answer to because they think we're gonna get mad, and it's not a safe forum. It's not an open forum. They ask a question, they think they're gonna get mad or attacked or some shit. Oh, you said what? Like it's a fear there.
I mean, maybe that's fair though. Like just because you can ask something doesn't mean that you should.
Why shouldn't you? If it's gonna get you if we really trying to
is it going to get you to a level of understanding, or is it you just asking because I'm just so curious and I need to know? Because I think that's two completely different things.
Well, I want to know why you think that. Yes, I do think it will get you to a level of understanding. Like some people just literally have no clue why somebody would kneel for the flag. I have no fucking idea. I hold this flag in such high regard. I do not understand why you, N-words, are kneeling during the national anthem. It don't make sense to me. And they will never understand until they have a conversation with somebody who can actually explain why. Like, well, this don't, you know what I mean? They just, no, it's a wall.
And I would never understand. And I guess on the flip side, I could say I would never understand why people, hold the flag in such high regard.
Mm-hmm. So two people who have two different views can come to a discussion and find out why the other person feels that way. It doesn't mean that I'm going to take over your new belief. That don't mean I want you to take over mine or vice versa. But I can understand how you came to that, and hopefully we can have a respectful dialogue, and then it will be a less animosity. Like, oh, okay, I can see where you're coming from. I don't agree with it. I know how you got. I saw you did your math. I saw you do your work. I see how you got to the answer. I don't agree with it, but I see that.
But man, racism is as American as the flag itself.
It is.
So I mean, I don't know what another conversation is going to resolve.
Well, what is no conversation going to resolve? It's going to actually get worse with no conversation, though.
What's going to make it better, though? Because we've been talking and having conversations, and it's...
Because when a conversation does come up...
Right now, we're being stripped of our civil rights. Is systematically happening. Like, we're losing... Trump, 45, is coming in and stripping away that everything the previous president did for no rhyme or reason, just to say that that's...
Our previous president did not do anything for my civil rights. Yes, he's a black man, but he did zero zip zilch for my civil rights. And if we under the impression that Donald Trump in the last year has did some fucked up shit like the other 44 presidents wasn't doing some evil fucked up shit, like we got a real short memory when it comes to the fucked up shit and how black people are treating this country, even under a black president, because he was not looking out for us.
No, I always say that
Obama
could have done. When I look at what Trump has done for certain groups, it always, makes me feel a certain way that maybe Obama could have done more for us.
Like at 35 years old, we lived through Bill Clinton, both terms. We lived through George Bush's, whatever, like
both terms.
Like, no, we all like people our age. You old enough to know what the fuck is going on. The internet is there. Books are there. Political TV shows.
The internet is there for now.
Right. But like the shit is here. Like you can have you should know what the fuck is going on if you cared. But we got a very short attention span. And it was just cool. Oh, our first black president played the saxophone. He smoked weed. He got head in the White House. Like that shit niggas thought that shit was cute. Don't associate those three fucked up items with being black. Oh, he played a saxophone. He smoked weed and he had an affair. Oh, he's black. What?
He also did put some very stringent drug laws in place, which are the reason that a lot of black and brown people are locked up to this day.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say that the Trump is the reason that shit happened, because this shit been going on since it's been going on.
He's just the new poster boy of racism at the moment.
And he ain't really getting shit off. All this shit keep getting denied. So hopefully,
Obamacare was probably harder to repeal than what he initially thought. Shit ain't 4 pages long where you can just go whiten out some shit. Like it's a very well thought out plan that was put into place. You were that close and you missed, bro.
The first one was all net though. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of.
But the game winner wasn't.
Hey, whatever. But hey man, I think racial versus racist is a pretty good conversation to have, and I'm sure we didn't say some things on this podcast that we thought was definitely we're having a racial conversation, and people were like, "No, that's racist."
Hey man, we just had a sponsor pull out because of racial slurs.
I'm pretty sure they went back and looked at the Black Lives Matter episode and listened to that.
Hey man, you could listen to quite a few of these episodes, and I'll just take responsibility for myself. I know I've said some problematic shit on Shop Talk, but guess what? Whose name is on the outside of the motherfucking office?
Hey man, I definitely at the end of the day, man, I gotta be true to myself. I'm never gonna be. It's a character of myself. You know what I mean? Some of the shit we do, some of it be tongue in cheek. I hope people understand that. Like some of the shit don't be like.
Yeah, but some of the shit is real feeling, and I don't never want to say, but like we've had white guests because we.
That sounds fucked up.
Yeah, it sounds.
That sound really fucked up. That sound really fucked up.
I didn't have 4.
I got 4 black friends.
Yeah. I don't want it to ever come to that, because I mean, even the guests that we've had of other races, like I feel like our people that are genuinely friends to us in the show, like. Our first big guest was How You Clothing. And I remember when P pulled up and I called you and I said, hey, is he white? And like, we didn't know. But like P has been very gracious, very kind, loving. And if we've ever called and asked him genuinely for anything, he's always come through. And somebody that not only do I feel is a business associate, but somebody that I would stick my neck out for because sure. I know P has done the same for us. Without ever meeting us, he was gracious to us from the very first meeting 100%. That we ever had. And I mean, P is white, but I mean, I love.
Is he though?
I love him to death.
my brother.
Yeah, I love him to death because he done stuck his neck out and done a lot more for us than people of our own skin tone that have called and asked us to come
be on
on
the
here,
show, shit.
and then no call, no show, blow us off. So I mean, it goes both ways.
Listen, you do a no call, no show. Professionally, I'm never fucking with you again. I'm not about to be beefing with you in the street.
No,
I'm
it's
not
cool.
angry.
It's
shit
cool.
Like that.
It's cool because it happens.
But professionally, I'm not fucking with you again. It is what it is. It's
Yeah.
a business. I mean, I pay rent here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is.
I mean, somebody blew us off twice after calling us both times and asking to come through.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But you wouldn't do that to the Breakfast Club.
No, but
You know what I'm saying?
that's cool. Because what I said last year, you can either get down or you can lay down. You made your choice.
We had a pretty good 2017.
We had an amazing 2017.
Next week,
amazing.
Next week is going to be the Shop Talk Awards. So this is what I want y'all to do. It's a call for action. We about to wrap this shit up. Call for action. There's two things I want you to do. If you listen to on iTunes, I do need you to go and rate the episode. Rate the podcast 5 stars. We need that 5-star love. We need to get our ratings up so we can make it to, you know what I'm saying, one of the main pages.
Because people listen, but they don't tend to rate that often.
Yeah, so
We got the numbers, so we know you all are listening every single week.
absolutely.
And we do, every month is our best month ever.
Yeah, we are trending this month. You know, we last month we didn't upload. This month technically that was last month. We skipped the episode. So
Yeah.
we had a week of views that weren't there, but it is what it is. We still in a good we in a good spot.
Yeah.
But rate the episode whether you're on SoundCloud. You can use comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, rate, comment, talk back to us.
Absolutely. And the other thing is we're doing the Shop Talk Awards. So I don't know if, some of you guys are new listeners, but we did a Shop Talk Awards last year. And we gave awards for best album of the year and shit like that. Dumbest statement of the, just little weird awards. If you've been thinking of an award, go ahead and DM it over to Shop Talk Podcast or email us at shoptalkpodcast@gmail.com.
You got some ideas for nominees?
Yeah.
Are we going to bring in another female edition like we did last year? We brought Judy in, but that was before they started their own thing.
Yeah. Who you got in mind? I don't know. I don't know.
We know some pretty amazing women.
We do. Oh, also, somebody wants us to come on their year-end wrap-up podcast. And they want to record it here, too. So, we'll be here already.
Yeah.
So, literally, after we record our year, because we got to do ours first, so it don't seem like we biting nothing.
Right.
So, after we record our shit next week.
We'll be here.
Yeah. So, shout out to them. I won't say who it is yet until we get everything confirmed. You know what I mean? But shout out to them.
But we've had a good year.
We had a really good year,
Rick
man.
Ross. We started off the year with IBGM.
Yeah, we started the which is still our #1 episode. Detroit Charlie. Shout out to Charlie. I want to get him and his wife in here.
We had Mo Dirty, Nolan and Ninja.
Man, Ty Mopkins.
Yeah.
We had
shout out to Ty because Ty and Rick Ross were really, thanks to SJ and AJ, who have also been like the plug. If they not the plug, I don't know what else is.
Really good brothers, man. Also, we had Shiny the Hippie in here.
Yeah.
She got a new show on YouTube, a poetry joint that she's doing, which is really dope. I checked out the first
Kena in
two
the City.
episodes. Shout out to her. She's just a very dope person, man.
Yeah, she working on book number 2. She sent it to me. I had the opportunity to read it. So the first edit of it, amazing.
I really like her. She dope. We just had P came back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was that the Labor Day or Memorial Day? I can't always get them joints mixed up. But
it was a surprise.
It was one of them surprise motherfuckers episodes.
We had the first interview with Motor City Oprah after her viral.
Absolutely. So check this out.
Carmel Appleshaw, shout out to you.
Yeah, man, we'll go through all this shit next week. But we
had a strong fucking year.
Nigga, we opened up a fucking studio.
Yeah.
We got 11 different podcasts recording out here.
I'll say it now on air. I remember when you called me and said, I'm going to look at a spot for a studio. I was like, bet. I figured we would look at a few spots, but we didn't though. You called me and said, "Look, I think I found the spot." You and Muddy and Cool Breeze came and saw it, and I was like, "Bet maybe sometime this week I get a chance to go up there." The next call I got from you was like, "Look, I signed the lease for the spot."
It was going quick.
My heart hit the bottom of my stomach, and I was like, I honestly was like, I don't think we should. I didn't think it was a good idea.
I'm not pulling the trigger on nothing I'm not sure of.
I didn't think it was a good idea, but you took the lead on that one as my partner, and I just had to, like, we was involved.
I mean, I looked at what we was paying just to record at the other studio, just weekly, and with Mike, I got a commitment from, half and half from Mike. I'm like, well, shit, I pay this shit myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
By the grace of God, though,
we ain't had to pay.
Yeah, business has been good month in. Like, I'm not to say this entrepreneurial journey that we're on isn't without its ups and downs, because the shit is not always shiny. When we first started this and we was getting 5-10 listens a week, I was just thinking like, maybe I could be doing something else with my Fridays. But we killing them with consistency, and we still here. Yeah, we going into year 3.
And we about to have some big things popping out in 2018. That's all I can say is we got some big things popping in 2018.
2 things I like to say. You can either get down or you can lay down. And number 2, price of the brick going up.
Oh, price of the brick is going up.
Because what did I say? I sent you that clip from The Wire, but around these parts, I'm what you would call an authority figure. and the price is definitely going up. Because we're looking to move into a bigger space in 2018. When we literally, by the time we look up, right around your birthday, the lease is going to be up. And we're going to need more room.
And I just want to get these new microphones in this bitch. Them bitches $500 a piece. So the price of the brick goes up.
Yeah, we got. I see at least 5 mics when I look around the room.
You know what I'm saying? We started with 2.
Hey man, no, we started with 1.
Yeah,
we started with the one joint that you put on the table and it recorded everything.
Nigga, we recorded this first couple episodes on the iPad and the iOS mic. You know what I'm saying? I want to do everything on Apple. We had a different mixer board. We had different everything. Man, we about to be out here. 2018 is popping. We'll wrap all this shit up next week when we do our wrap-up episode. We give all our shout-outs. We get all our awards.
Yeah, we're not going to tell y'all some of the plans because shit's still... We got to iron some stuff out. But it's going to be bigger and better. Give out your social media, bro.
Follow me at jjohnson313 and follow the Shop Talk Podcast page. It's Shop Talk Podcast and Shop Talk Podcast Studios. You know what I'm saying? Book some time in 2017 because if you didn't book in 2017, you're getting a new rate in 2018.
Fair enough. Dame Gone Wild, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Shit don't ever change. Add us, DM us, reach out to us. We are here. We are out in these streets. We visible, and we open to new ideas, new partnerships, because the brand is only getting stronger.
Hey, guess what? Because I'm feeling real happy and generous and shit. If you want to leave a voice note, send it over to email it over to shoptalkpodcast@gmail.com. We'll play them at the end of the next episode. So if you had a favorite episode this year, or if you just want to say, keep up good work, whatever you want to say, man, we're going to put them shits on the next episode. So shoptalkpodcast@gmail.com. I know you got a smartphone. Record the shit and email it right on your little phone. Nothing really spectacular. I hope you got an iPhone. It's called voice notes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that Android shit is called, but I'm sure it's there.
We had the good-ass Battle of the Sexes episode. I forgot all about that. Shout out to AK, Jayla.
Yeah, we had a that was a dope episode.
Yeah, we got to get them back.
Yeah, and we did a crossover episode with
cocktails and conversations.
Cocktails and convos. We had a dope year.
Good run. It's only gonna get better.
I mean, I'm not saying we the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dame.
Hell yeah.
Peace.